G'day guys, and welcome back to the Ultimate English course. Today we're talking about argument analysis, section C of your exam, and we're going to give you the formula that if you apply it should get you an A+ on this section. So the learning objectives for today are to learn a powerful template for argument analysis, section C, and to learn a formula that's going to help you get that depth of analysis required for an A+. So let's get straight into the template itself. Now here it is guys, this is the template. You say the issue of something has ignited contentious responses between stakeholder 1 and stakeholder 2. First sentence. In his or her, whatever text type it is, newspaper article, titled this, author 1 contends this. Employing a tone of this, the author implores his or her target audience of, whoever their target audience are, to something. In response, author 2 asserts through his or her, whatever it is, that something. In contrast to author 1, author 2 adopts a tone of something to something. So, final sentence, the accompanying visual depicting this lends weight to author 1 or 2, whoever's stance it is, stance. So, that's it guys. This is the structure that you can use to get an A+ level introduction. Now, let's have a look at it in action. Here's a paragraph that I've written using that exact same structure for the 2014 VCAA exam. Guys, this is publicly available. I encourage you to read it. It's all about space travel. So you have one author here who supports space travel, one author here who refutes the first author. So I've said the issue of space travel and its utility. Guys, remember the issue of something has ignited contentious responses. Remember, the issue of this has ignited contentious responses between stakeholder 1 and stakeholder 2. So, and its utility has ignited contentious responses between hopeful advocates, right, stakeholder 1, and those wary of Earth's current problems, stakeholder 2. In her opinion piece for a daily newspaper, Yvette Jurgen, right, so opinion piece, so in his or her text type, okay, I haven't mentioned the title here, but that's okay. Yvette Jurgen, so that's the author, contends, I've said excitedly contends in this case, that space travel offers myriad benefits for humanity in that, and we've gone to quite a great length to explain the contention here, fosters an inspiring sense of voyage akin to that of Christopher Columbus, promotes technological advancement and cultivates a sense of unity and collaboration between nations. So very thorough contention. Then employing a tone of optimism and zeal, she implores her target audience of adult newspaper readers, okay, implores her target audience of adult newspaper readers to share her enthusiasm for the prospect of space travel. Okay, then in response, Dr. Lakis asserts through his letter to the editor that earthly problems of hunger and disease must take priority over naive dreams of interstellar travel. So we've said author 2 asserts through his, response, letter to the editor that something, okay? In contrast to Jurgen, Lakis adopts a tone of ridicule and derision to condemn the prospect of space travel as lofty and misguided in light of Earth's existing problems, right? So we said in contrast, author 2 adopts a tone of this. So that's what we've said there. The accompanying visuals of a 15th century sailing ship and space travel derived technologies lend weight to Jurgen's stance. And what we're doing is we're describing this first visual of this Christopher Columbus and the second one of space travel. Guys, that's it. Look, all we've done is we've used this template, filled in the gaps, and we've got a very high quality introduction. Of course, we've had to do a little bit of thinking, but the basic structure, once you nail this, is super fast, super easy to implement. So what other templates can we use? Well, for body paragraphs, for the first body paragraph, we can say from the outset, author 1 does this, okay? Having established whatever they established in your first paragraph, remember your first paragraph, it talks about the first chunk. One chunk could be like, this first section of the piece, right? All of this. So you say, having established that, the author proceeds to, what's their next argument? Bolstering his or her argument, author 1 then describes the third argument. Then the final chunk, we're going to be talking about author 2. So this is going to be on our chunk about this response. So we say, in fervent disagreement with author 1, author 2 exhorts readers to consider this. That's it. That's our body paragraphs. That's our structure. Now, conclusion, we say the rhetorical force of, Yvette Jurgen's article stems from, and then what are the main ways she tried to persuade? And then after weighing up Yvette Jurgen's arguments against Peter Lakes' endeavor to do this, Audiences are left doing this. Guys, that's it. That's the template that you can use, especially for the introduction, to give your paragraph a very powerful structure. Now, when it comes to analyzing, these are just a few techniques I personally like to look out for. Juxtaposition means comparison between two very strikingly different things. Visual language, tonal shift, there's a few ideas there. But now what we want to do is talk about depth of analysis. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the article. We're going to look at one part here where Yvette Jürgen, she refers to Christopher Columbus. And she pretty much says that the way that Christopher Columbus kind of explored is very inspiring, and therefore we should adopt those values in exploring space. So I want to talk you through the difference between a 6 out of 10 analysis to a 10 out of 10 analysis and how it differs. Guys, check this out. So we're going to scroll down here and we're going to look at the difference between a 6 out of 10 analysis, a 7 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, and a 10 out of 10. Let's look at this. So 6 out of 10. Analyzing this section about Christopher Columbus, we say the author compares space travel to the adventures of Christopher Columbus to make it seem more appealing. Okay. Now, it's not wrong, but it doesn't give us a lot of information. So we need to go into more depth. So how do we do that? Well, in order to go into more depth with your analysis, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at the deeper analysis toolkit. So how do we go deeper? We ask what emotions are evoked. What imagery is evoked? Describe that in detail. How does it challenge preconceived notions of the reader? How does it link with other parts of the article? Who is the specific target audience and how are they targeted? How does it link to other articles? So point of comparison. Have some insightful labeling, like appeal to antiquity, a specific label. How does it support the author's contention? And how does it contribute to the article's overall structure? Guys, these 9 questions will help to propel that boat of analysis. So let's go back here and look at the next one. So here we've said the author compares space travel to the legendary voyages. Okay, so we've added a bit more depth there of Christopher Columbus to evoke a sense of awe and wonder. So that's a little bit stronger than the previous one. Still not incredible, but it's a bit stronger because what we've done is we've targeted what emotions are evoked. Okay, sense of awe and wonder. So it's a bit more specific than just saying it's appealing. But now, the author compares space travel to the legendary voyages of Christopher Columbus to imbue the notion of space exploration with a sense of courage, fortitude, and lust for adventure, and entice readers with the prospect of vast, unforeseen benefits akin to discovering North and South America from emerging from space exploration. Guys, this would get you about a 9 out of 10 if you had something like this. And the reason is because we've gone into a lot more depth, okay? Especially we've gone into depth with like what imagery is evoked. This imagery of like discovering new lands, right? You know, across the seas. So that's a bit stronger. And also what we've done is we've kind of talked about like the kind of like emotions or like values that are, you know, kind of inspired, right? In quite a bit more depth. So the final one is the 10 out of 10. So this is what we want to aim for. The first part is exactly the same, okay? So we say the author compares space travel, blah, blah, blah. Emerging from space exploration. But what have we done to improve it? Well, we've linked that analysis to the broader construction of the text. Guys, if you want a 10 out of 10 for argument analysis, you can't analyze a single part by itself. You have to say, how does this part relate to the broader structure? So how have I done that here? Well, I've connected this part about Christopher Columbus to this depiction here of a ship, and I've combined them together to get stronger analysis. Look at this, guys. So we've said the author compares, okay, so this is designed to evoke awe and wonder in readers by catering to an emotional craving for adventure, okay? And is reinforced visually by the whimsical and dreamlike cartoon of Columbus's sailing ship, positioned prominently in the middle left of the page, which augments the sense of marvel. Okay, so what have we done there? Well, we've compared this analysis here to this ship here, and we've talked about the broader structure. Guys, that's how you get a 10 out of 10. Whatever you analyze, you need to go deeply into like the emotions and the feelings and the visual kind of like effect that it has, and then connect it with other parts of the article. Guys, hopefully that was helpful. Remember that we've got over here, we looked at that template. So introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion. Here are some techniques to analyze. And we talked about the depth of the analysis, which comes down to using our deeper analysis toolkit. So print this out, have it by your side when you write analysis, and I guarantee your analysis is going to absolutely pop. Guys, hopefully that was helpful. To summarize, make sure you have a template when going into the exam, and make sure you go deep with your analysis to get a higher mark. Guys, after watching this video, now I know how to structure my argument analysis and I know how to deepen the analysis. Thanks for watching.